What up, vlog? It's about 6 in the morning. I just made it to Toronto. I took a bus over here. It took about 13 hours to get here, but I made it safely. It was a long ride. I had no stretching room for my legs, but it's all good. Actually, today I will be interviewing Evan Carmichael. It's pretty cool. I got to meet him a couple weeks ago, and he has a huge following on YouTube with over 1 million subscribers. He has a huge following on Instagram with over 60,000 people following him. So it's gonna be live, I believe at 9 o'clock, from 9 in the morning to 10 in the morning. We'll be doing that interview. I'll be recording it with my camera, and then he'll be having it on his live Instagram show as well. So pretty cool. Today's Monday, the 3rd of December, 2018. Trying to finish off the year strong. And that's it, man. Just excited. Looking forward to it. What's up, peeps? Just got in an Uber on my way to go interview Evan Carmichael. And I feel a lot better now because I had some coffee. I just shaved in the bathroom, changed of clothing. I feel awake now after like 13 hours of sitting down and taking the bus to come all the way to Toronto, Canada. Anyways, I want to give you some context of how I met Evan Carmichael and how everything happened. Just really quickly, he had like a event going on in New York City. It was like a Q&A for a couple of hours. So I shot an email to his assistant. Her name is Sandra, very nice person. And I said, hey, I would love to attend the Q&A with Evan Carmichael, and I would also love to interview him. And I told her what I do and blah, blah, blah. And she basically told me, you can go to the Q&A, but I don't think you can interview him in New York because he was very busy. Cool. So we kind of kept that relationship going on. I went to the event. I recorded the Q&A. I've been posting about it throughout social media and stuff, and that was cool. And then I told him, hey, I would love to interview him. That same day, I told him I would love to interview you, and I don't even mind coming to Toronto. He said, shoot, if you don't mind coming to Toronto, we could even do it on my live Instagram show. And the funny part was, I see it as a blessing because I didn't even ask him to do that on his live Instagram show because I only asked him for the interview, on my camera, how I usually do it. And I'm just so grateful that he actually offered me that, and it's going to help me with some exposure. He has over 60,000 people following him on Instagram. So that should be really fun. Alright, so I think I arrived here. It's a little cold in Canada, man. It's cold over here. Gotta find the place now.
We are live! What's up, Instagram? Welcome back to the morning show. I've got a special guest with me, Carlos, who I met in New York. And he took the bus overnight, 13 hours to get here to do this, and then he's leaving at 3 o'clock today, going back home. So the hustle is real with Carlos. He's doing an interview with me for his YouTube channel and Instagram, I guess everything else that you're doing. So we're gonna turn it over to him, but before we do your thing over there, quick intro for my audience.
Of course. Hey guys, so my name is Carlos with On the Road to Success. Long story short, I started this journey about a year ago. Just to be honest, I got in some trouble with my wife. Used your imagination, and I was sick and tired of basically being lost and not having a good association around me. So I wanted to find those key people that listen to their intuition and have successful marriages and successful lives. So that's basically where I come from. I'm 27 years old, hungry, excited to be here with Evan. Evan, thank you for your time, man.
Cool, man.
I was ready to take a bus for 13 hours and learn from you. So I'm here.
This is it. It's happening. All right. So we'll talk into your camera there.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Here and there. It's all good.
Okay. Well then, start your show wherever you go. Let's do it.
All right, guys. So, just for my crowd, if you don't know who Evan Carmichael is, all right, he is someone that I used to watch on YouTube.
Used to watch. Come on, man.
I stopped watching it.
He's killing me. He's killing me.
He is someone that I used to watch and thought I would never meet. Does that work better?
Okay.
And I was like, I love his content. I mean, he does top 10 principles and success stuff on different people like Gary Vaynerchuk. I mean, the list goes on and on. I've seen Will Smith. I've seen so many celebrities that I love. And when I hear about them, how he organizes it, I always fell in love with that because I want to build a similar career as to where you do, speaking and being an author, best-selling author. We'll get into all of that stuff. But I'm excited to have you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's go.
A lot of people know you already. You have a big following on YouTube, over 1 million subscribers, which is something that I aspire to be one day.
On the road to success.
That's it. So let's talk about the hustle in the beginning days with YouTube.
Okay.
You didn't have 1 million subscribers in 2 days.
Yep.
Okay? So I know a lot of people that are like, I want to grow, why am I not growing, what's going on? I used to ask myself that question, but now I really just do the work and let it happen. How were those early days for you in YouTube?
So when I first got started on YouTube, I didn't try to be YouTube famous. I didn't know YouTube famous was a thing. I think one of the things that I'm really great at is just starting stuff with not having expectations on it. So many people, you build up this big plan in your head of this new business you're going to start and it becomes this giant thing, and then when you do your first thing and it doesn't take off, you get disappointed. Like, all these people are growing and here I am and I suck. I made my first video and there's no comments. I started it for 2 reasons. One, I had sold my business and I was getting asked a lot of questions, which was flattering. And so instead of typing out a 30-minute response, I'd rather make a video. And I figured, you know what, it'll help that person, and maybe it'll help some other people too. Not millions of people, but maybe hundreds. So I'd make the video and send it to them as in an email, say, hey, here's my response, and then some other people would watch it. That plus, I love modeling success. I love learning from successful people, and I wanted to tell their stories. And Bill Gates saved my company, even though I've never met him. Just his story applied to my business is the thing that's actually saved my business. And so the process of studying successful people and what you can learn from them, I found really helpful for me, and so I wanted to share that with other people as well. So it was a hobby. It was like I'm going to do this, we're going to test it out, see how it goes, and as I got more into it, I liked the process, and so I kept doing it. And I've had my channel for just over 10 years now, where I got the name, not that I was actually like being regular and posting content, but I've been serious about it for the past 5 or so years. 4.5 years ago, I had 7,000 subscribers.
4.5 years ago.
I had 7,000 subscribers, and now we're sitting at 1.6, did 1.7 by the time this comes out. And it's by doing 3 videos a day. Like, that's when I started taking it seriously, was when I made the content consistent. I think the quantity leads to the quality, so the more you do, the better you get. Like this interview is better than your first interview. And if we look ahead, like in 5 years, come back to here, it's like, oh man, this interview is so bad compared to what you can do now, right? Like the more you do, the better you get. So if you're only making a video a week, it's hard to get really, really, really good at the skill. Like if you practice anything 52 times a year, if you only saw your wife once a week, like you could be a good husband, right? So you need to practice. You need to practice. The quantity leads to the quality. And then when you're making quantity, then you start paying attention to what's working, what's not working, what kind of questions would I like to ask. You get into the hacks of YouTube. But I think at the very early days, it's important to follow your intuition, even though it doesn't make sense. Keep following your intuition, even though you're not getting the results. Right? You get an idea, you just go off and you do it, and be playful, be curious, and be gentle on yourself, that you're not getting the results quickly. Because if you keep doing the work, you will eventually get the results.
And in the beginning, I started with my phone.
Yeah, me
I
too.
started with my phone and a little tripod.
Yeah.
That broke like 5 times.
It's nice.
and then with time, I got the camera because the quality was better. But I started with my phone. I didn't wait for the camera. If I would have waited for the camera, I don't think I would be here today.
No, you wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Posting. It's dirty work, man. Like I literally go to the bathroom. We were talking about this earlier. I go to the bathroom at work.
Bathroom posting.
Quick 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm done. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I gotta look at it. In my case, I don't have somebody say, hey, we're gonna post 3 times a day. You're in charge of this. Right now, like you said, it's all me. It's all me. It's all me. emailing, flying, the traveling, scheduling, the editing, the producing, whatever you want to say, that's all me right now.
I love it. We got like 5 seconds left.
5 seconds.
Where can you find you?
You can find me on Instagram, CCOLLADO91. On the road to success, Facebook, everywhere.
That's it. You got it just in time.
Here. Thank you guys for your time. This is Evan. Check him out, and I appreciate your time, man.
Love it, dude.
Thank you, Evan. That was awesome.
Intuition. Believe.
So we just killed an interview. Evan just yelled at me because I wasn't vlogging this.
Right. Who's this for?
This is the vlog.
Oh, vlog. Yeah, right. Vlog. You gotta film. You gotta always be documenting.
The battery was dying, so I couldn't do it. But anyways, great interview. We're here at his house now in Toronto. Beautiful home.
He's gonna be joining me, shadowing me for a couple hours before he heads home.
And then back to New York, guys. So this concludes an amazing day in our socks. Got to shadow Evan for for a few hours. We had a great interview, and then he was actually mentoring Alex today as well. Evan, if I can just ask you one question before I leave, okay?
What you got?
All right. What was
the microphone?
Yeah, I got the mic right here.
Oh, on you. So I gotta get close to you. I can't even hear anything.
It'll pick it up. Right here.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So, what has been your opinion on like me approaching you, everything that I'm doing, and coming all the way over here?
I love the hustle. I love that you spent 13 hours on the bus to get here. I love that you asked the question. He asked me if he could shadow me for the day. You know, nobody's ever asked me that after the IG Live. And I probably would have said no to most people. But the fact that you came from New York to do it, and just the timing. Like, I was making a post on my IG this morning about your goals are against your convenience. Like, if you want to hit your goals, you have to do the things that are anti-convenient for you. Most people never hit their goals because they're waiting for it to be convenient for them. And so then I talked about you and my IG, and then you were on my head today, so I said, okay, yeah, why not? Come on over, let's see what happens, right? But you asked, right? So you hustled, you asked, you're chasing something important to you, and I love it. Like, I love people who are putting in the work and doing the things that are against their convenience to try to chase their goals down, and that's you, and that's not most people. So we said yes,
that's
and
it.
I'm pumped to see where you go, man.
All right, guys, back to New York to match my actions with my ambitions.
That's
Okay.
it. That's
You like
it.
that, right? That was good.
I like it.
See you, vlog.